thought as a subject I would go over some pickups that I got recently, and I've been kind of waiting to do a pickups video with my brother Aaron, Killer Concepts, and maybe post that on my channel. I might post it on his channel because he hasn't been making videos lately, hasn't had the time. He's been busy with work and his career in the military, and so that's been a lot of that. And so, but he needs to bless us with another video. I was talking to him the other night. He's just like, man, I just don't have the time to commit to it, and this and that. Hey, Myron, what's going on? Shabri, what's happening, sis? Jessica, what's happening, sis? What's going on? It's my sisters from another mister online with me right now. Myron, we go way back, my man. We go back to Beach Elementary, right? So, man, and this fool, you still look the same, too. I just want to point that. I feel like when I picture you, like when I think about like when we used to play basketball, like at recess, you look in my head how you look now. Like I can't picture young Myron because I feel like you look exactly the same as you did 30 years ago. Well, not 30 years ago, like 20, 25 years ago, whatever the case, whatever it was. So just know this old Fountain of Youth ass dude right here on Facebook. Let's see. So let's get into it. Like I said, I got some pickups that I wanted to do in a video with him, and I've got some other pickups in the stash that I'm gonna do with him. He's talking about, I don't know if I got time. Aaron, you doing the video, bro. You gonna do the video. I just want you to know that. Okay, so there's no confusion. I'm gonna make you do it. All right. That being said, I'm gonna get in to some of these pickups. Okay, and first up, I can't believe, now this is crazy, I didn't have this in my collection. I had one and lost it. So this was not in my collection until like a month ago. But that is, of course, the PlayStation 2. I got my PlayStation 2 complete in box. I love the PlayStation 2. Depending on the day, the PlayStation 2 or the PlayStation 3 is my favorite, or excuse me, the PlayStation 2 or the PS1, my favorite system of all time. And like I said, I was wanting to do some live streaming with this. Because I've been live streaming Xenosaga on my YouTube channel. But the problem with streaming it on my PS3, while it looks fantastic on the PS3, my PS3 sounds like a jet engine, so you can kind of hear that digital noise in the background while I'm playing the game. So, you know, I figured if I stream it on the PS2, I might lose some in the way of resolution, but the PS2 is whisper quiet, so I think overall, like the audio will be much better when I play that. Even if the visuals take a bit of a dip, they probably won't be, they might be a little blurry, things like that, but good to go. So that's my first pickup, PS2. Going on with the systems now, my cousin Junior, he hooked me up with a Dreamcast about a year ago. I've been having trouble with my Dreamcast lately. I was out of town a while back, picked up a bunch of Dreamcast games, and I was like, yes, I'm gonna go home, play me some Dreamcast. And I put that shit in, and then like the screen was all fuzzy, started acting weird. I'm like, what, bro? Like this Dreamcast was just working. And so I reached out, you know, to the king of Kansas, Carlos. You know, like if you're looking for something retro on the scene, you know, he's one of the few, you know, that won't let you down. So, you know, I saw he had a Dreamcast. Hey, for sure, Myron. Hey, thanks for stopping by. And yeah, so you got that first model PS3, and like I said, the first model, the 20 and the 40 gig that came out. No, it's the 40 and the 60. I think there was a 20 gig too, but anyway, those things, they got PS2s built into them, and so they're fully backwards compatible. Work great with PlayStation 1, 2, and 3 games. I have two 80 gigs. No, I have a 60 in here in the game room. The one in the living room that I stream on is an 80 gig. And so that's backwards compatible via emulation. And so there's like 4 games in my collection that don't play right on it. For the most part, it works fine. But it's supposed to be more reliable than your first edition model, but all those fat ones have that huge fan in it, and so they sound incredibly loud. And so, you know, they fixed that with the PlayStation 3 Slim, but they don't play PS2 games, so I can't rock with that. So, but yeah, so that's that. But anyway, on the Dreamcast, so my boy Carlos, he hit me up with a Dreamcast in box, and digging that. One of my goals as a collector, I'm trying to get all of my Yeah, see that 60, you got the 60 gig been sitting forever, man. You gotta dust that off. I love I love PlayStation. Like PlayStation 1, 2, 3, 4, it's all good. So, yeah, man, the Dreamcast, and man, this is one of those systems, like, when this came out, I was, like I said, I was all about my PS2, you know, and, like, man, I slept on this system. The Dreamcast is a fantastic system with a lot of excellent games on it. And a lot of those games are crazy expensive now and not easily obtainable. So, you know, like I said, just one of the things I missed out, like the TurboGrafx 16, one of those systems I missed out on. And unfortunate, you know, that I did, but I'm able to go back now and start to get these games. The silver lining to that story I was telling you about my Dreamcast, though, the one I got from Junior, I just switched the AV cords and it works fine. So now I have 2 working Dreamcasts, which is nice. So I can keep one in the living room, got one in this room, or I might put one in my bedroom, whatever the case. And like I said, we'll be good to go. So got my Dreamcast in box, and you know, like as a collector, one of my goals is to get all my consoles to get a box for them, or to buy another one complete in box, just so I can have a complete in-box version of every system in my collection. So let's see, going on with the pickups, I got this bad boy here. This is the Genesis Ultimate Portable Game Player. Now, if you've been watching my channel, which is Lightsaber Samurai, just search it on YouTube, Lightsaber Samurai, I'll pop right up now. So, search me on YouTube, Lightsaber Samurai. If you've been watching my channel, then you know I did a versus video with the Nintendo, the SNES Mini Classic, and the equivalent to that, which was Sonic and AtGames Flashback HD, which is their mini Sega Genesis. And so this is very similar to that, and the fact that it has 85 built-in games, and you know, you can play them all straight from the system. Now, the difference between this and the Flashback HD is the Flashback HD had they had 10 Master System games. Is that right? I can't remember. They had 45. They actually have 45 Genesis games, 20 Master System games, and then 20 of those weird arcade games. So you got up to 85 like that, but only 45 of them were Genesis games, which was fine because I was glad that they added those Master System games, because I don't own a Master System, and that was dope. Like, I just wish they had Choplifter on there. But that being said, this does not have Master System games on it. So instead of 45 Genesis games, like was on the Flashback HD, you actually got 65 Genesis games on this one, I believe, and then you got those same 20 weird arcade games. But like I said, that means they added some new games. Most chief among them, and it has right on the front, Splatterhouse 2. Splatterhouse 2 is dope, and I like the Splatterhouse games. They came out originally on the TurboGrafx 16, which of course I missed out on that system. And years later, I remember somebody had one of my cousins had a Genesis, and Splatterhouse 2 was one of the games they had, and it was a fun side-scrolling, like, you know, action arcade game. And so now I have it on this. Actually, I'll crack it open a little bit real fast. And so, I'm going to set that to the side, so I'm going to put that back in there. But this is the unit right here. It's a small unit. I like the design of the unit. I'll just go over a quick, I'll probably do an in-depth review on this. But like I said, it's got a decent looking screen. And the size of it is nice. It seems to have a really good battery life, which is nice. And so, yeah, I'll turn it on a little bit real quick. I don't know how well you'll be able to see it because I'm just going live on the video. But, yeah, so let me see, and I'll just play a game. Well, I'm not going to play a game, but I'll just show you. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know how well you can see that. But that is Shadow Dancer, which is part of the Shinobi series. And that game is super cool. So, yeah. But I'm going to turn that off, because that's not what this is about. But, like I said, I mean, this is a cool alternative if I'm going somewhere, if I'm traveling on the road, like, or if I'm out, maybe I'm at the library or somewhere at work. You know what I'm saying? If I'm at work and I want to get a quick game in, you know, if I'm taking a 10-minute break, you know, or I'm taking a lunch or something, I just want to get a quick game. This is a nice alternative to taking my PSP or my PS Vita, because I don't have either of those systems modded yet. And so if I want to play more than one game, well, then I gotta bring, the case and bring multiple carts and switch out games. And like I said, this is just very quick. It's 85 games built into the unit. So, I mean, you'll find something that you're in the mood to play. If you just, and like I said, that's, the old school Genesis. And Genesis had a very high arcade pedigree. So those are all games you can just jump in and jump out of real fast, except for the RPGs on there. But outside of that, so like I said, that's a pretty good option. I'll do a full review on it in the coming weeks here and just give you my thoughts on it. So going into some actual games now, and we were talking about handhelds, so I'll start with the PSP. I got a couple of games on the PSP. First of those is Battlezone on the PSP. Now I got this at Bookaholic for, I don't know what, got it for $5 or so. So it's a vehicular combat game similar to like Vigilante 8 or Twisted Metal. And like I said, I played it a little bit, and it's not a fantastic game, but it's cool. The graphics on it look really nice. The game runs really well on the PSP, and it's actually it's kind of tough. I was getting my ass kicked a little bit while playing this game. So that being said, like I said, it was a fun game and definitely worth the $5 I spent on it when I found it at Bookaholic. So there's that. One game that I got on the PSP that is fantastic though, and that is Tekken Dark Resurrection. Now, I was happy to find this game because I was curious and wanted to get this game for a while. Namco, they are one of those companies that are known for pushing the graphics for the systems that they do video games for, and this is no exception. This is the Tekken 5 experience on your PSP, and this game runs superb. It plays great, full 60 frames per second. The graphics on it are fantastic. When I play this in a video out mode on my TV in the 480p, I mean, it looks almost exactly. I'll have to do a review on this and do a side-by-side with this and Tekken 5, but it looks almost exactly like Tekken 5 on the PlayStation 2. I was very impressed what they were able to squeeze out of the PSP as far as the graphics and the sound and the frame rate and all of that. And they have Namco did a Soul Calibur Broken Destiny, I think. And so I'm on the lookout for that one because I love Soul Calibur too. But yeah, this is a great fighting game. Has a huge roster of characters. Has mini games like Tekken Bowl is back on this. And I mean, there's a lot of customizable options. You get different costumes and different accessories to add to it. And so it is a fantastic game. So at $7.99, you can't beat that. Can't beat that. Continuing on with the handheld stuff and popping in here. Switching over to the Vita now, and I wanted to get my Vita games. I wanted to get some racing games, so I picked up Mod Nation Racers Road Trip on the PlayStation Vita, and now there was a version of this, of Mod Nation Racers, that came in on the PSP and the PS3. I haven't played any of those, but I mean, it was a little kart racer game, so I figured, I'd check it out. This was like $5 when I got it too, so it seems to play very well. The graphics on it look pretty good. It reminds me a lot of Little Big Planet karting, because it has like the aspect of like customization. I'm pretty sure you can customize tracks and customize your car, customize your racer, and so like I said, it's a quirky, fun game. So I'll have to play some more of that. One game that I do want to play more of, and this is going to be a mouthful, but this is Mega Tag Mention Blanc plus Neptune versus Zombies. And this is part of the Hyperdimension Neptunia series that started on the PlayStation 3. And this is Idea Factory Edit. These games, the Hyperdimension Neptunia games, have a crazy premise. And it's basically like a mockery of, our game. Actually, the planet in the universe they live in is the planet of game industries. And each of the four goddesses, which Neptune is one of the four goddesses, each one of them represent a major console company. So there's a goddess for the Xbox, there's a goddess for Nintendo, there's a goddess for Sega, and what's the other one? So I said Nintendo, Xbox, Sega. I can't remember the fourth goddess now. Or is there just, I can't remember the fourth goddess now, but whatever that other video game company is. And like I said, this is a cool premise. She was cast out in the first game. She was cast out of the celestial world and like dumped down on the, on the mortal planet and like seeks to get her godlike powers back and challenge the other four, companies. And it's kind of parallel to what happened with Sega. Sega was, on top of the world. It was a god. It was a titan of the game industry. And then it seemed like the other groups ganged up on Sega and took them out of the game. But really, it was just Sega and Japan. Like, they didn't have their shit together out there. But they blaming it on the other companies, which they did have a bit to do with that, Nintendo and especially PlayStation. So, yeah. But, like I said, fantastic game. Check this shit out. This one, like I said, the other ones play like traditional RPGs. This one is more of an action RPG. And so that's why I was excited to check that out. It's another hack and slash on the PSP. And so I don't know much about it. I played like 10 minutes of it, and it seemed entertaining. So I want to get that. As you know, the PlayStation, if you don't know, I'm going to tell you, but PlayStation of Japan has said they are going to cease physical support for the Vita here in America by March of next year, meaning that after March of next year, no more physical games will be coming out in the US. Now, luckily, the Vita is region free, and so you can still get Japanese versions. I don't know if they're pulling the plug on the PAL region either, because that would be my next bet, is to get the PAL versions, because they would still be in English. But like I said, I don't know if they're going to cut support for them. So if they do, then like I said, the only way you'll be able to get these games is importing them from Japan. But like I said, I need to get my collection up now because, like I said, once they pull support on that, people are going to be out bloodhounding for these games, and I want to get ahead of the curve before the prices on these games skyrocket. So that's enough of that. I got one PlayStation 1 game, well, I got a couple, but the one I want to talk about that I picked up lately was Tobal #1 on the original PlayStation. This is an early fighting game developed by the guys at Squaresoft with art style by Akira Toriyama, who of course is the creator of the Dragon Ball series. So a lot of these characters, the artwork, it kind of, if I can zoom that in, you can see a lot of the characters, the artwork, they kind of heavily favor, that Dragon Ball Z, that Dragon Quest style artwork. And like I said, that's Akira Toriyama for you. So it's a pretty cool fighting game. It's a full 3D fighting game similar to Bushido Blade or Battle Arena Toshinden. And this is a game that I used to have in my collection that I wanted to pick up, but it's going up in price. I reached out, to my group, and Carlos, he hooked me up with this case. And it was a mint condition case, and he just gave it to me like, here you go. And so, the case had the manual, it had the mail-in insert, and then all I did is I looked online, eBay and Amazon, and I found someone who was selling the game disc and even the bonus disc, and they were selling them both for $6. And so, like I said, this game is shooting up, and it's starting to go up in price, but like I said, instead of paying the $30 that people usually ask for, I got it complete for $6. So, I want to tell you, like, as collectors, that's a viable way to get, if you want something complete in box like this, that's a viable way to collect this stuff, is buy it in parts and then put the parts together. Like I said, I had a friend, who was nice enough to just give me the case, and then I bought the CD, for, I bought the actual software for $6. So instead of paying $30, I got saved myself, hella money on that. So that was that. I think I'll move into PS4 next. I got a couple of VR titles. Like I'm heavily into the VR. I'm a huge fan of VR. And oh, hey, Vanessa and Bernie are watching. What's up, guys? How's it going? Yeah, I'm happy for y'all to join us. Like, if y'all don't know, I do a YouTube channel, Lightsaber Samurai on YouTube. It's a channel for gangsters and geeks. I talk about, music. I talk primarily, it's a video game channel. I throw some Star Wars in there because I'm a huge Star Wars fan, so you get that too. Talk about music and things like that. So, but that being said, look for me on YouTube. And if you don't like video games, find somebody who likes video games. Be like, hey man, I heard this channel, man. It'll change your life. Okay, tell them it's a life-changing channel. It's really not, but just tell Anyway, hey Juan, what's going on, my man? What's happening, bro? long time no talk to, very long time no talk to. And we just here doing some video game pickups and stuff I'm adding to my collection. And getting back to that, PlayStation VR, I'm a huge fan of the VR, and Eve Valkyrie is one of the system's best. I've been watching this game for a while. It places you in the cockpit of a starfighter of sorts, and this is as close as you're gonna get to flying an X-wing on the PlayStation VR. Actually, I take that back. I think there's actually a demo out there. Like there's a little game that they made where you do fly an X-wing. I haven't tried it out yet, but this game is superb with crazy high production values, and like I said, just the VR in this. Like if you got some proper headphones, which I love the PS4 because you can use whatever headphones you want. I got a pair of Studio Beats that I pop in there, and man, it's really like you in the cockpit. It's pretty dope. I will say that this game is more of a multiplayer game as opposed to a single player game, so that's kind of a bummer. I'm not a huge multiplayer gamer. I'll probably stream some more of this like online just to watch me get blown up a lot. But like I said, a single player campaign, I think I streamed the whole thing. I think I beat the whole thing in like 2 hours. So that was kind of a bummer, but like I said, it's still one of the best experiences you'll find on the PlayStation VR, and so that's that. And the other game I got recently on the VR is Rick and Morty Virtual Reality. I'm a fan of the show. The show is like batshit insane. It's crazy. It's pretty funny. Hey, see ya, Bernie. Thanks for dropping by, my friend. Hey, I'm glad to hear your mom is doing well too. I saw the post, man. Like that is so good to hear, man. We was praying for you, so I'm glad to hear she's doing all right. That's awesome news, my man. But anyway, back to Rick and Morty Virtual Reality. It's basically, it plays a lot like Job Simulator. If you played that on the VR, it's more of a. I was looking for more of an action adventure game set in the Rick and Morty universe, but it's more of a. They put you more in puzzles. And you're solving puzzles and things like that. But still though, this game is fantastic. It's a lot of fun. It has that mechanic though. One of the things I don't like about it has that mechanic where you just kind of warp from place to place. And for me, like especially VR, for me, the biggest thing is how well you can immerse me in the game. And if I'm just like kind of teleporting from place to place instead of actually moving, that's kind of a no-no for me. That's why I like Skyrim so much. They have that mechanic too, but you can also free roam in it. And I understand why they do that, because a lot of people get motion sick. I have no adverse effects from VR. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because I'm blind in one eye and my orientation's all fucked up or whatever it is. But like I said, you can watch my channel. I do stream sessions where I'm playing 2 hours straight in VR. And I just go to Skyrim and I'm there for 2 hours. And I come out, I'm all sweaty and stuff, and I'm all like, it gets a little weird for like a couple of seconds when you take the headset off after you've been wearing it for a while. It's like, whoa, wait a second, I'm not in the forest anymore. Like I'm in my living room. But yeah, like I said, this game is a fun game. It's fun to mess around with puzzles. It's fun to tear up his workshop. It's fun to like throw things all over the place and eat food. And one of my favorite things is there's a little blaster you can pick up, and then you can have it's called a U-Seeks. It's kind of like a Me-Seeks, but your little helper, and I'll give him the gun and make him shoot me in the face. Like it's fun to play around with stuff like that. But like I said, it's a fun game, but for me, not fantastic. But like I said, definitely worth checking out. I had a GameStop coupon and I ended up picking it up for like $10, so it was whatever. So, last but not least, let's actually no, I got a couple more things here. Let's go on to the original Xbox next, and this is a game on the original Xbox called Phantom Crash: Speed, Stealth, and Survival. I don't know jack about this game. I was at Vintage Stock and saw this for $6, and so I was like, I've never seen it before on the Xbox, so I'll go ahead and pick it up and beef up my original Xbox collection. And so it appears to be a cross, just from reading and what I can see on the back. It's a mech game. You can customize. It has a kind of a story, and you can kind of customize your mechs. It seems like it's going to be a cross between, what's that game? Armored Core, and I can't remember the other series that came out on the original Xbox. There was a mech game like this, and I don't think I have it in my collection, so I can't look at it for reference. But that's gonna make me mad because that's gonna bother me all day, and then I'm gonna be randomly at work today, and I'm gonna be like, oh, and I'll shout out the name of the game. But Phantom Crush, like I said, I don't know anything about it. I might pop this in and play it sometime this weekend. I've been doing a series starting last weekend where I live stream games that are in my backlog, so I can have an excuse to play some of these games that I've owned for months and in some cases years that I've never played. So I might add that to that. I'll set that here. I did get one 360 game recently, and that was the Serious Sam collection on the Xbox 360. The reason why I got this game now, I watch a YouTuber by the name of Metal Jesus Rocks. He's one of my favorite YouTubers on YouTube, and actually one of the guys that I watched that got me interested in doing my own YouTube channel. But the Serious Sam collection, he highlighted this in a episode he did on Xbox 360 exclusive games, and the reason why I picked it up is because he's a large channel, and a lot of times when he shouts out a game like this, the price on it skyrockets, and a lot of people blame him for that. But I mean, it's really not his fault. He's a heavy influential channel. He's a large channel, and so, you know, when he has a suggestion, people, oh, that looks fun, and go check it out. And that's actually what happened to a game recently that I've been wanting to pick up called Ghost Hunter on the PlayStation 2. It always looked like a cool game. I even saw it once. It was like $10, $15. And I should have got it that day in the store. I should have got it off of eBay when I had the chance. And he and Reggie highlighted a video talking about that, and now that game is like a $120 game. And I'm not paying $100+ for Ghost Hunter, so I guess I'll never get that game now, unless I catch it at a garage sale or maybe a pawn shop that doesn't realize how much the game is worth, you know, now, but that's a game that shouldn't be worth that much. So, anyway, going back to this, I saw him highlight this game that very same day I was out and saw this game in my retro game store for $6.99. So I just bought it. I'm like, it looked like it might be, you know, something that I would play, because I like first-person shooters, and this one has 4 on it plus a bunch of DLC. So I got the whole Serious Sam series, I guess, on here. And I played a little bit of it, and from what I played, like, it looks like the old PC games were all remastered, and so they played great. And like I said, I just didn't want to be like, oh man, you know, maybe I'll pick up that Serious Sam, and the Serious Sam is like $80. So, like I said, I just bought it sight unseen because I was slightly curious about it because he highlighted it. But like I said, at least if it goes up in price, I'll already have it, so I ain't gotta pay that crazy ass price. Alright, so I'm gonna finish this out with PlayStation 2. And one of the games I got on PlayStation 2 was Jak X Combat Racing. Now, this is a combat racing game set in the Jak and Daxter universe. And I've been kind of on a Jak and Daxter kick lately. I've been going through the Ratchet and Clank series on the remaster they did on the PlayStation 3. And I've been itching to play some Jak and Daxter. And so they have this combat racing game, and I want to do a video on combat racing games in the future, so I thought I'd pick this up. Haven't played it yet, but looking on the back, the graphics look fantastic, but that's par for the course for Naughty Dog. They usually do a very good job, whether it's this series or Crash Bandicoot or, you know, Uncharted. Like I said, so it's an excellent looking game, and I'm sure it's nice and fast, and so we'll pick this up later. Maybe I'll do this weekend, I don't know, and we'll see how it plays. So, we got that game. Next up, I picked up Death by Degrees again, and this is a 3D beat 'em up set in the universe of the Tekken series. It stars Nina Williams, one of the characters from Tekken, and this is one of those games I used to have. I've been kind of wanting to add it back in the collection, but every time I see it, it's like $5, $6. Like, I'll get it next time. I'll get it next time. I'll get it next time. That's what I did with Ghost Hunter, and now I paid the price for it. So, Vintage Stock was having a sale. They were doing like the buy two get one free. So I was like, man, let me just go ahead and snag this up. I'm not paying anything for it because I'm getting it free because with the other 2 games that I bought anyway. And so let me just get that one free, just add it back in the collection, so now I don't have to worry about it anymore. And so that's done. Like I said, I don't remember it being an excellent game, but it was fun. I liked that it had that kind of twin stick fighting mechanic that a lot of the games during that time did. One of the ones I can think of, like Blade 2 on the PlayStation 2 and Xbox, it had that thing where you kind of move with the analog stick and use the right analog stick and you flick it in directions to do attacks, so you can do like 360 attacks, you know, from all sides. Rise to Honor on the PlayStation 2 had that. What's another one? Grabbed by the Ghoulies on the original Xbox had that. So there was a few of them that had that mechanic, and like I said, it's a Namco game, so you know the graphics are nice looking. And it's probably got some crazy ass story that's hard to follow. But like I said, that seems like a fun one. Maybe I'll do a let's play of that too. I just want to let's play everything. If I was off today, I would just be streaming mad games. Even though I need to get back on editing that video I got, the next episodic video I have in the Game Corner series, which is the hidden gems. But like I said, I've just been taking breaks because like I haven't had the time to edit just because I've been working so much. But I want to stay in contact with you guys, so it's just not like several weeks gone by and then, oh, by the way, here's that video that I talked about, you know, and I'm not talking with you guys and things like that. So I'm trying to get more active in my YouTube channel now that I got some of those other things behind me as far as my game room flooded and all of that stuff. So back to the pickups. We got, next I got R-Type Final, and this is on the PlayStation 2. It's by Fresh Games by Eidos, and that's kind of curious to me because there's a few Fresh games on the PlayStation 2. I have a couple of them, Mad Maestro and Mr. Mosquito, and they're Fresh games by Eidos, and I feel like Fresh is just a subsidiary of Eidos, kind of like Ultra Games was for Konami back in the day. Don't quote me on that, I didn't research that, but that's kind of what I thought when I saw this. And I'm sorry, I gotta hurry up, we gotta wrap this up. My mouth is incredibly dry, and so I'm starting to have trouble talking. But like I said, I like my shoot 'em ups, and so I wanted to get another one in the series. R-Type is one of the first I played and one of my favorite. It's either R-Type, I can't remember if it was this or Gradius that I played first. It was one of those. It was probably Gradius on the NES. Actually, it's probably one of the first shooters I played. But like I said, this one is a cool one. You see on the cover, it's got a ton of ships. This lets you play as any of the ships that appeared in the series. You've also got weapons from all the games in the series, and I believe you can mix and match weapons from different games, so like customize your playstyle exactly the way you want it. And so I played a little bit of this. I was getting through levels. I was getting my ass kicked on levels, and so like it just brought back that R-Type feel. And so I will have to let's play it because y'all got to see this. I got to let's play or review it or something. So maybe I'll do a little quick video on Fresh Games because, like I said, I got a few from their Fresh Games series, and maybe I'll highlight this as part of that. So, R-Type Final. Also, shout out to Carlos. You hooked me up with this too. So, King of Kansas hooked me up with that. Got a couple more. Got two more. Also a hookup by Carlos. And this is King of Fighters Maximum Impact on the PlayStation 2. Now, if you're familiar with the King of Fighters series, they've been around forever, almost as long as the Street Fighter series. And this was their first foray, and I believe only to this point. Hey, Anthony. Hey, what's up, man? Long time to talk to, man. It's one of my homeboys from Butler. Back in the day, my fellow chamber singer. Yeah. Yeah, man. So anyway, King of Fighters. Back to King of Fighters. This, I believe, is the only time that this game, that the King of Fighters series was in full 3D polygons. I'm pretty sure. Except maybe they got King of Fighters 15 on the PlayStation 4, which I have too. Is it close enough for me to reach? Boom. Also, so I can shout out this game real fast. That game is my shit. And that one's in polygons too. Kind of like a polygon, like cell shaded, kind of a slight cell shaded style, but it's mainly polygons. So this was the first time that they actually did it though. And the reason why I picked this up, because I love the King of Fighters series and I wanted to grab this just for one anyway. But for two, I'm doing a video coming up where I'm having video games verse each other. And so, yeah, so there was a, Street Fighter did the same thing with their EX series. And EX3 came out on the PlayStation 2 like this one. I think it came out a couple of years before this one did. Let's see, this is, I can't see what year it is. But I want to say this came out around 2003, 2004. And I know EX3 came out around the same time because I remember there was the original Dragon Ball Z Budokai game was coming out, and I saw that in a demo disc, and I wanted to play that game so bad. I just had to play a game like it. Like, that was one of those few games that was like critically acclaimed and like huge anticipated. Like, you get a game that's out and you anticipate playing it so much that you have dreams about playing the game before it come out. Is that just me, or does that happen with anybody else? There's a couple of games like that, and I used to look at old magazines, and I see the screenshots of the magazines, and I'll see gameplay demos. I'm like, man, I want to play that game so bad. I want to play it. I want to play it. I want to play it so bad that I'll have dreams that I'm playing the game like months before it came out, and it's like, of course, it's nothing like the actual game when I get it. But Dragon Ball Z Budokai was one of those games. I was huge into Dragon Ball Z at the time. It came out my senior year in high school, so I was trying to find games that were like it that I could play, and EX3 Plus was that game. So I remember that came out around 04. This game, I think, came out around the same time. So I'm going to play them both, review them both, and see which one is better. So that's that. And the final game that I got on my pickups, and this is Galactic Wrestling featuring Ultimate Muscle. And I got this for two reasons. One, I did a video a while back where I'm doing my favorite games based on anime. And so Ultimate Muscle is an anime and a manga that came out in Japan, and it looks like he's thrown in here with these galactic wrestlers. And this is Bandai, and I think this is the same team that made the Fire Pro Japan Wrestling. Somebody, I mean, don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure this is the same team that did that. I was looking at the back of the cover, and it says Faster Than Def Jam Vendetta. Now, Def Jam Vendetta is my joint right there. I love that game, and so, like I said, I wanted to do a follow-up video to that, because I got a bunch more games that are based on anime and manga. And so, like I said, I thought this would be a fun game review. And I will put that in the next episode. Or, I've got enough games in my collection that fit that criteria. I could probably do 2 more episodes. So, that is basically it for the pickups. Like I said, I've got a bunch more pickups that I think are more heavy-hitting stuff, but I want to save that for the video that I'm doing with Aaron, which, Aaron, we are doing that video. You think we're not doing that video, but we're doing that video. I got video where I was in his house, and I was going through his collection, but he was in the shower, and he walked in on me. But, so, actually, that's on YouTube. I should just release that. It's a raw video. It's not very good quality. Because it hasn't been edited or anything. That was just me, like, in that fool's house, like, videotaping. And I forgot we was going out to eat somewhere, but he's taking forever in the shower, singing in the shower. I should have caught him singing in the shower, but I don't know. But anyway, that's all I got. I just want to do a quick live video, just to stay in touch with you guys. I'll probably post this to my YouTube later. So, so people that have me on YouTube that don't have me on Facebook can check it out. So follow me on YouTube, Lightsaber Samurai. You can follow me on Instagram too. I just use my real name, Antoine Sexton, just like my Facebook. I might make a Lightsaber Samurai Facebook and a Lightsaber Samurai Instagram. And I haven't got a Twitter yet. I might even do a Twitter. Who knows? But I don't know who else is on. We got any more questions? Got anything else y'all want to talk about before I get off of here? I don't even know what time it is. Okay, 12. Just about 12:30. Yeah, I think I'm gonna roll out because I gotta be at work here in like an hour and a half. So I gotta get ready for work and give myself a bite to eat. So I think that's gonna do it for me. As always, you know what I'm saying? Thanks for everybody that stopped by. Oh, look at Steven. Okay, Steven, what's up, man? Steven just popped in. So I'll stick around a couple minutes more. I was just about to get off, Steven, but since you're here, you know what I'm saying? We're just talking about some pickups that I got recently. You know what I'm saying? Carlos, he hooked me up with another Dreamcast because I thought my Dreamcast died, but it was the AV cables. So he hooked me up with that, got me a PlayStation 2, got me a couple of assorted games. Yeah, man, we still got to go out to eat, man. But I'm blaming, you know what I'm saying, Julian, if you watching this video, if you watching too, man, what's up? Buffet. Me and Steven gonna go without you. So, like I said, I'm off. I'm always off on Thursday and Friday. So, I'm with it. What's happening? You know what I'm saying? That's right. Man, what's up, man? What's going on tomorrow, man? Like I said, I'm off Thursday and Friday. I prefer to hang out on Thursdays because Saturday I go in at 4 a.m. So I don't like staying out late on Friday, even though I'm off on Friday, because I gotta get up at 3 a.m. You know what I'm saying, to get ready for work. So I prefer to hang out on Thursdays because I ain't gotta go to work Friday. So, you know what I'm saying, I don't have to work. Not that I stay up late anyway because I'm old now, but, you know what I'm saying, it's nice to not have to worry about it. So, you know what I'm saying. So, sorry, I keep looking at this screen because I got the phone here, so, you know, I can keep up with the comments and stuff. This is a nice setup. I like this. I don't know why I didn't do this sooner. But, like I said, we need to do that buffet. Let's hit up Buffet City or something. But I like Buffet City. I like Shanghai. I like Teppanyaki. Oh, okay. Yeah, you about to hit up? Yeah, man, play some Dreamcast. Like I said, y'all gotta put me on to some more games. And Julian, you know what I'm saying? I know you got some games for me. I got a list for you. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't gonna get into all that because we live on Facebook, but I gotta I gotta talk to you about some games because I got a list, some stuff I'm trying to find on the Dreamcast. I know you can get it for me. PlayStation 2, even perhaps like some import stuff. I seen that Metal Wolf Chaos on the original Xbox. Oh, do you? Okay, right on, right on. Yeah, man, I gotta check some of those out. Like I said, it's something I just want to play. And I picked up, you know what, I'm going to show these real fast because I did pick up a few more Dreamcast games while I was out, while I was in KC. Well, I was up by KC. I was in Lawrence. Let's see, that one y'all saw, that one y'all saw, that one's new, that one y'all saw. No, y'all didn't see that. Maybe y'all saw that. Oh, take that out. Take that out. Take that out. So I got, what, four new ones? I thought I had more than that, but I guess I only got 4 because I was kind of low on money. Okay. So one of them is Slave Zero. I haven't even played this game yet. I don't know what it's about. Let me see. Third-person action at its best. And y'all know I love my third-person action. So I was Slave Zero on the Dreamcast by Infogrames. I remember Infogrames. They did like the Driver series. Driver 1 and 2 back in the day on the PlayStation. Dopeness. So, yeah, I don't know. Like I said, it looks like you're a robot and you go around just whooping ass as a robot in third-person view. So, good to go on there. I also found a heavy hitter for cheap, and that was Shenmue, or Shenmue, however you want to pronounce it, but I say Shenmue. Like I said, I got this. They got I know y'all got the part 2. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all got the PAL version, you know. I got it on the original Xbox, so, you know, that's cool. But I'd like to, you know, have it on the same system if I could, you know, get Shenmue 2. That was pretty cool. So, yeah, I was lucky to find that. It was like, they were selling it for like, I think they said it was $27.99 or something like that. So that's not a bad price for this because I think it's hovering around $40 right now. I got this game, Hidden and Dangerous. And this game is not very good from what I played. I wanted to get into it. But this was also, I played this the day my AV cable was jacking up, so the video quality was all wonky on it. But it seemed to have some issues with the controls and things like that. This reminds me a lot of a series that started on the original PlayStation. It was the Spec Ops series. So you know you got on the 360 and PS3, you got Spec Ops The Line. That was done by the guys at Take-Two and stuff. They had a series of games on the original PlayStation. Spec Ops, and actually I'm going to grab a few so you can see what I'm talking about if you don't know. So, these games, Spec Ops Self Patrol and Spec Ops Ranger Elite. There's another one too, I think, Covert Missions. Wait, what? Shenmue 1 and 2 coming to Xbox One and PS4 in a month? Oh yeah, I heard about that. I saw that, and yeah, that. I gotta give that the sploosh because yeah. But anyway, like I said, this Hidden and Dangerous game is like these games, and they're just kind of like before SOCOM, before the excellence that was SOCOM, you had to play Spec Ops Self Patrol. Actually, I'm not gonna lie, I liked these games when I was a kid. They did not age well, and they're hard as hell. They are super hard. You get caught so easy. And this game plays like that, but in my opinion, from what I played so far, not as good. So, yeah. Oh, you said $25 for both? Yeah, man, that's bought right there. That's That's a day one purchase for me. But now, do I get on the Xbox One? Do I get on PS4? I think I might get on Xbox One. I haven't been showing my Xbox One love at all. It's actually my meager collection is behind the camera here. And I got like 30 games for it, 25, 30 games for it, but I haven't bought an Xbox One game in a minute. And I feel bad. There's some that I want to go back and buy, though. I just haven't got around to doing that I need to hurry up and do before, shit get crazy. Last game I got on the Dreamcast was Max Steel. Now, this is a game that it came out. I remember when this game came out, and this was one of the games that I really wanted to play. And I think they were going to do a PlayStation 1 version of it, but it got canceled. And so the only way you can play this is on the Dreamcast, I think. And so, yeah, because, this game came out by then, I had played Metal Gear Solid was out, the Siphon Filter series was out, Covert Ops was out. There was a bunch of where you play a secret agent or a military dude, taking down terrorists and stuff and yeah, so a lot of games in that genre were creeping up. And so I was all about Max Steel because, you can fight with weapons and you can fight hand to hand, and so yeah, it looked dope, but like I said, I never got to play it because I never got a Dreamcast. So when I saw that, I hella bought that. So I played the first level of that, and it's holding up pretty well. I like that game a lot. So yeah, I'll definitely do a review on that. So yeah, that's the Dreamcast stuff I got, and so now y'all have basically seen my whole collection because I only got 8 to 10 games for the damn Dreamcast. But so yeah, I got to get my roster up. But like I said, it's getting harder and harder to do. Damn, you got 500 Xbox One games digital? Damn, they got 500 Xbox One games? That's crazy. I didn't know, I'm sure they do, I'm sure the library is that big. You just don't think about it, but like I said, I like the Xbox One. That was the first game I got, that was the first system I got of the 8th generation. You know what I'm saying? Oh, the game sharing? Okay, yeah. But like I said, I like what Xbox is doing with the backwards compatibility. That's still my thing, and I think they focus heavily on that because they didn't have the exclusives like the PS4 was getting. And so because they didn't have the roster of games, they didn't have the catalog that the PlayStation 4 has, that they're focusing on backwards compatibility. And okay, see, yeah, that includes arcade and backwards compatibility, which is totally dope. They got a lot of games that are backwards compat now, and like I said, I got a pretty large Xbox One and Xbox 360 collection. So at some point, there's just so much stuff because I don't have a PS4 Pro yet. I want a PS4 Pro, and I need an Xbox One X. So, but I don't even have a 4K TV. So first and foremost, I need to get a 4K TV. So yeah, I'm kind of lagging behind on my tech there, but you know what I'm saying. But it's all good though. It's all good. I've never been it's not all about graphics with me, So that's cool, man. I want to play something. See, now I want to play something before I go to work, but I haven't even eaten yet. So, I don't want to go to work just hungry than a hostage out here. So I need to see if I can make something to eat real fast. Maybe I'll get a quick live stream in before we go. All right, you out of here, man? Okay, cool, man. I stayed for you, so I was getting ready to end the video, and then you hopped on. So if you bouncing, then I'm about to bounce too. But hit me up as soon as you get back from Colorado. Like I said, I'm down in particular Thursdays because, right now I appear to be off every Thursday and Friday, except that coming up this week I got a Friday, off. So, yeah, but like I said, definitely, man, I'll catch you later. We'll play some Dreamcast. We can kick it over one of our houses, either your house, Julian's, or mine. You know what I'm saying? I live in the hood, but, it's all good, But yeah, so yeah, we can get some gaming in. Play some, like I said, I've been wanting to know more about Dreamcast, so hit me up on that. Let me know what's up with the Dreamcast, and we'll hit it. So, like I said, now I'm gonna end this video, and like I said, that was I don't know how long I've been on. I've been on 35, 40 minutes. So that's a good size video. Like I said, I'll probably upload this video and share it to YouTube so you can watch it on YouTube later. Like I said, just look for me on YouTube. Everybody's been watching me on Facebook. Even if you're not into video games and you're not into Star Wars, like if you know somebody is, like help me out. You know what I'm saying? A Negro trying to get some subscribers out here. I'm trying to get to that 1,000. You know, that's my first major goal. I hit my first major goal. I broke 100. I'm at about 160 right now. What is today's date? Okay, I got about a week because my 2-year anniversary, I want to say, is on the 16th of July. I have to go back to when I uploaded my first video. I'm pretty sure it's the 16th of July. So I got about a week. I wanted to get to 200 by the time I got to my second year, but like I said, it was my own fault. I haven't been posting videos because shit's been happening around here. So I haven't been really connecting like I should have been and really been on it. But like I said, all that's in the past now. So like I said, my episodic videos, I'll probably be dropping those every other week. I'm still doing the Xeno Summer live stream. I might play some of that tonight, actually, when I get off of work. And you know what I'm saying? Maybe I'll try to get in a quick live stream before I go to work here, maybe for an hour or something. Maybe I'll play some King of Fighters. I'll play a fighting game, trying to get my fighting game on. That's something I can pick up and play real quick. And I'm gonna fry me a bologna sandwich and get on this. So if you're gonna be on YouTube, follow me. I'll probably post on Facebook the link when I start streaming, so we can kick it for a little bit before I go to work on there. But as always, I'm Lightsaber Samurai. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. And we're out of here. But now, like I said, this is a live video. So now I gotta walk and come up over here and get my face in the camera. You know what I'm saying? And then I gotta get behind the camera and hit the end button. I don't even know where the end button is. Okay, it's finished. And we out.